Vietnam is a land where the sacred meets the everyday, where incense smoke curls above quiet pagodas and prayers rise with the morning mist. Here, faith is not something far away. It lives in the rhythm of life, in every bowl of rice offered to ancestors, in every temple bell echoing through the mountains. Welcome to Vietnam Step by Step, where we travel through the heart of Vietnam. One story, one journey, one step at a time. In this episode, we explore the spiritual soul of Vietnam, a land shaped by many beliefs, yet bound by one simple truth: harmony. Across thousands of years, Vietnam has welcomed countless faiths: Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, Christianity, Cao Dai, Islam, and the ancient worship of ancestors and nature. But rather than dividing people, these religions blend like colors in a painting, creating a beautiful mosaic of spirituality. Let's begin our journey in Hanoi, where the sound of traffic fades behind the walls of Tran Quoc Pagoda, the oldest Buddhist temple in Vietnam, standing gracefully beside the West Lake. Built more than 1,500 years ago, it reflects in the still water like a mirror to eternity. Monks walk slowly in saffron robes, chanting softly, their voices blending with the rustling of trees and the call of birds. Visitors light incense, bow 3 times, and whisper wishes for peace, health, and happiness. Buddhism arrived in Vietnam over 2,000 years ago, carried by traders and monks from India and China. But over time, it became uniquely Vietnamese, gentle, humble, and deeply connected to daily life. In cities, you see grand temples filled with golden statues. In small villages, you find tiny shrines under banyan trees where people stop to pray on their way home. For Vietnamese Buddhists, religion is not just about seeking enlightenment. It's about living with compassion, mindfulness, and gratitude. To help others, to forgive, to live simply, these are the quiet teachings that shape the soul of Vietnam. In Da Nang, the Linh Ung Pagoda rises on a hill overlooking the sea. A giant white statue of the goddess of mercy, Quan Am, watches over the fishermen below. Locals believe she brings protection and calm seas. When the sun sets behind her, the sky glows gold and pink, and it feels as if heaven and earth are touching. In Ninh Binh, the vast Bai Din Pagoda, the largest in Southeast Asia, glitters with hundreds of Buddha statues. Pilgrims walk barefoot, carrying lotus flowers, their faces peaceful, their hearts light. Here, you realize that Buddhism in Vietnam is not just a religion. It's a way of being, a quiet strength that flows through generations. But Vietnam's spiritual life goes far beyond the temples. At the center of every home, in cities or villages alike, stands a small wooden altar covered in candles, fruit, and photographs. This is where families honor their ancestors. The foundation of Vietnamese belief. Ancestor worship is not about worshiping gods, but remembering where we come from. Each offering, a cup of tea, a bowl of rice, a stick of incense, is a message of love and respect sent to those who came before us. During the Lunar New Year, or Tet, every house is filled with fragrance from incense and the warmth of family reunion. Children bow to their elders, wishing them long life, while parents and grandparents pray for peace and good fortune. In Vietnam, the past never truly disappears. It lives on in our hearts, our traditions, and the stories we tell around the family altar. Another fascinating part of Vietnamese spirituality is Mother Goddess worship, or Dao Mao. It celebrates the divine feminine, the nurturing power of nature, and the harmony between heaven, earth, and water. In colorful ceremonies, known as Len Dong, mediums dressed in elaborate silk costumes dance, sing, and channel the spirits of ancient goddesses. The air fills with music, drums, and the scent of jasmine. It's a hypnotic celebration of beauty, faith, and energy, a reminder that spirituality here is not quiet and distant, but alive and joyful. Then there is Christianity, brought by European missionaries in the 16th century and later expanded under French colonial rule. Today, Catholicism remains one of Vietnam's major religions, especially in the north and central regions. In the heart of Hanoi, St. Joseph's Cathedral stands tall, its Gothic spires reaching toward the sky. Built in 1886, it feels like a piece of Paris transported into the tropics. Yet around it, street vendors sell noodles and coffee, blending faith and life seamlessly. On Christmas Eve, the streets around the cathedral fill with lights, music, and laughter. Families, regardless of religion, come together to celebrate joy and hope. In Ho Chi Minh City, the Notre Dame Cathedral, built with red bricks from Marseille, glows softly under the evening light. Inside, the air is cool and still, filled with whispered prayers and candlelight. It's a place where even non-believers find peace. Christianity in Vietnam has become part of the cultural fabric, another thread in the nation's rich spiritual tapestry. In the south, near Tay Ninh, lies one of the most unique faiths in the world, Tao Dai. Founded in the 1920s, it's a religion born entirely in Vietnam, blending Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, Christianity, and Islam into one universal belief. Its temple, the Cao Dai Holy See, is a kaleidoscope of colors: dragons, stars, eyes, and clouds painted across its walls and ceilings. Followers dressed in white gather for prayer 4 times a day, facing the divine eye, symbol of truth and wisdom. It's a sight both surreal and beautiful, a reflection of Vietnam's open spirit, always seeking harmony between East and West, old and new. In the coastal provinces of Ninh Thuan and Binh Thuan, you can still find the red brick towers of ancient Cham Hindu temples built centuries ago to honor Shiva and the gods of India. The Cham people, one of Vietnam's oldest ethnic groups, still maintain their rituals and festivals, combining Hindu and local traditions. Their prayers are sung in ancient languages, their dances slow and graceful under the blazing sun. In the Mekong Delta, small Muslim communities of the Cham live quietly near the riverbanks. You hear the call to prayer from modest mosques, see women in colorful hijabs walking through morning markets, and feel the same gentle rhythm of devotion that runs through every corner of Vietnam. Travel north again, and you'll find the Central Highlands, home to ethnic minorities who practice animism, the worship of nature and spirits. They believe every tree, rock, and river has a soul. Their festivals are filled with gongs, firelight, and songs that echo through the forests. It's a world where the sacred and the natural are one. Through all these faiths, ancient and new, quiet and colorful, one truth shines: Vietnam is a land of harmony. Here, pagodas stand beside churches, temples beside mosques. People of different beliefs greet each other with respect, share festivals, and live side by side in peace. Spirituality here is not about dividing people, it's about connecting hearts. Walk through any Vietnamese village at dusk, and you'll see a soft glow from altars, hear the hum of prayer, smell incense in the air. Faith is not hidden, it is woven into the fabric of daily life. It's in the kindness of a stranger, the smile of a monk, the patience of a farmer. In Vietnam, spirituality is not something you visit, it's something you feel. As we end this journey, perhaps that's the most beautiful lesson of all. In Vietnam, religion is not just in temples or churches, it's in every act of gratitude, every offering of tea, every breath of peace shared among people. It's a living faith that grows quietly, like bamboo in the rain, strong and graceful. Thank you for joining this journey through the spiritual heart of Vietnam. This is Vietnam Step by Step, exploring the culture, beauty, and soul of Vietnam, one story at a time. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and take the next step with us, deeper into the timeless land of Vietnam.